Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are going to completely shift how you think about artificial intelligence in your day-to-day operations. Look, if you're a business owner, a team leader, or really just a growth-minded professional, you've undoubtedly played around with AI by now. But today, we're going to shift your mindset from just playing with generic AI chatbots to actually building a scalable, repeatable business asset. We are literally going to take the knowledge that's currently trapped inside your head and turn it into a trained digital operator. Okay, let's dive into this with a question that I want you to really sit with for a second. What part of your business keeps living in your head that should actually live in a system? You know that feeling, right? If you find yourself frustrated because you're answering the exact same questions from clients or team members or partners every single day, well, you're not alone. And honestly, that frustration is completely valid. It just means your business is operating out of someone's memory, usually yours, rather than a structured system. We are going to solve that today. To fix this, we first have to understand the massive difference between generic AI and what we are actually building today, which is a focused business AI agent. Most people use AI like a magical typewriter. You know, they open a chat, ask it to write an email or a social media caption, get a generic answer, and then they start totally from scratch the next day. And hey, that's useful for one-off tasks, but it's not real leverage. A focused business AI agent, on the other hand, is a trained digital team member. It operates using a defined role, it relies on your specific knowledge base, and it runs repeatable operations right within approved boundaries. It doesn't start from scratch, it starts from your company's standards. So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, 1. Beyond generic AI. 2. The Got Mortgages model. 3. The agent method. 4. Building your knowledge base. And 5. Setting boundaries and escalation. Let's get right to work. All right, Section 1, Beyond Generic AI. To stop being stuck in the weeds of your business, we have to recognize a fundamental truth. The real power is not just content creation. The real power is documenting how your business works. True owner leverage doesn't come from having an AI write a quick, LinkedIn post. It comes when you train an AI on your specific operational processes, your unique frequently asked questions, your exact tone of voice, and your specific service standards. When you actually do that, you stop being the operational bottleneck. You turn repeated knowledge into a repeatable operating system. Moving into Section 2, the Got Mortgages model. To show you what this actually looks like in the real world, let's look at ask.gotmortgages.com. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when a company gets this right. It's a highly practical, focused digital assistant built by the team at Got Mortgages. They didn't just slap a basic chatbot on their site, they built a branded front door to their entire company's knowledge base. It's designed specifically to help people get answers, understand next steps, and follow the highly regulated mortgage process with absolute, total consistency. It proves that you don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be incredibly useful to your specific audience. So why does the Got Mortgages model work so seamlessly? Well, it's built on 5 distinct layers. First is the brand layer. It actually feels like Got Mortgages, not some generic robot. Second is education. It explains complex real estate finance in really simple language. Third is operations. It actively points a borrower or a partner to the correct next step, like exactly what documents they need to gather. Fourth is consistency. It gives the exact same standardized explanation every single time. And finally, the escalation layer. It knows exactly when a real human being needs to step in. This model seamlessly guides users through a complex process safely and effectively. Section 3, the A.G.E.N.T method. Now that we know what's actually possible, let's look at the actionable blueprint. The A.G.E.N.T method is a simple 5-piece framework used to design your focused AI assistant before you ever touch the technology. I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. As a business owner, you absolutely must think strategically before you open a software platform. If you skip this design phase, you're going to end up with a messy, confusing tool that literally no one on your team will actually use. Let's walk through this framework, row by row. A is for audience. Who exactly is this agent serving? Is it for your clients? Is it for new hires? Maybe referral partners? G is for goal. What specific result are we trying to create here, like reducing repeat questions or maybe improving client onboarding? E is for expertise. What specific documents, FAQs, and SOPs does it need to do its job? N is for navigation. What specific process or journey should it guide the user through? And finally, T is for tone. How should it sound? Clear, direct, professional, friendly? Defining these 5 elements creates a perfectly tailored digital operator customized for your exact needs. Okay, Section 4, Building Your Knowledge Base. Let's move to and see how this builds directly into the practical setup process. Here is your clear 6-step build process. First, define one clear purpose. Seriously, do not try to solve 10 problems at once. Solve a single business problem first. Second, choose your specific audience. Third, write strong instructions, which we'll talk about in just a second. Fourth, upload a clean knowledge base. Fifth, add your guardrails and capabilities. And sixth, test, refine, and launch. This roadmap keeps you completely focused on building an operational asset, not just a novelty toy. Now, step 4 of that process requires you to upload essential knowledge files, like your brand voice guide, your internal SOPs, FAQs, and sales scripts. But I have to warn you here, an AI is only as smart as its fuel. If you upload a chaotic, unorganized Word document, you are going to get chaotic, unorganized answers. You absolutely must clean up your file names and ensure your document headings are crystal clear before uploading anything. Think of this as organizing the filing cabinet inside your digital assistant's brain. Once that knowledge is uploaded, we move right to the instruction set. If your knowledge files provide the brain of the agent, while the instruction block provides the judgment. This is the operating manual that effectively tells the AI what its job is, how to format its answers, and crucially, what source material it needs to prioritize. You literally type out, "You are the official AI assistant for my company. Use the uploaded documents first and keep your answers direct and practical." It essentially gives the AI its marching orders. Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, Setting Boundaries and Escalation. This brings us to arguably the most absolutely crucial step for protecting your company. So the crucial point is that a professional AI agent needs strict guardrails. It shouldn't answer everything. For example, if someone asks about specific rates or pricing, the agent's escalation language should be programmed to say, "Hey, rates change and depend on the file. Speak with our team." If they ask a legal or tax question, it should politely refuse and tell them to consult an attorney or CPA. If they ask about private client files, it must route them directly to a human for privacy reasons. The very best agents build trust by being highly useful, but also incredibly honest about what they cannot do. And how do we guarantee those boundaries actually hold up? With a rigorous testing plan. Before you launch, I urge you to test this agent exactly like you are onboarding a brand new human employee. Ask it 50 to 100 real questions. Give it vague scenarios just to see if it asks good follow-up questions. Try to break it. Seriously, submit an angry, emotional complaint and see what it does. Attempt to force it to give out-of-scope legal advice. Your goal is to make it fail in testing so you can jump back in, update its instructions, and make it bulletproof before it ever interacts with a real client or team member. I want to leave you with this powerful standard. Systems create freedom, automation creates leverage, execution creates growth. Building a custom AI business agent isn't about just jumping on some shiny new tech trend. It's about stopping the endless cycle of answering the exact same questions every single day. It's about taking your specific expertise, documenting it, and creating a system that finally gives you your time back. So, I'll leave you with this. How much is it costing your business to keep your best operational knowledge locked inside your head? Take that first step, build your agent, and go create some real leverage. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.